Batman the Merciless #1, Peter Gitamasi, writing, Francis Manapul on art. This is the Wonder Woman focused Batman, evil Batman, and we find out that on Earth -12, I want to say, was it 12?
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, this Batman was actually closer to Wonder Woman. They seemed to be in love or in a relationship or something along those lines, and it was losing her. And despite her best warnings, Batman takes Ares' helmet and puts it on, which corrupts him and amplifies everything that Batman is to this ridiculous level of war. And the big dark twist at the end is that it turns out Wonder Woman didn't actually die, but he already had the helmet on, so he just finished the job.
Because he, like in all these dark versions, he can do better than that hero, and that's what does it. Is like she wasn't dead, so this whole issue makes you to believe like this wasn't a decision he made lightly. Like he took this on himself and shouldered it because nobody else could. But then when you get to the end and get to that twist, he basically, kills Wonder Woman so he can take the helm.
Yeah, he says he kind of admits how selfish he was. He's like, "No, you tried to take this from me. This is mine. I will do whatever I have to keep it."
Yeah, and this has so far been my favorite of the. I'm just gonna.
No, definitely. Plus, I think one, it kind of breaks up the formula, and two,
big time
Manapul.
Yeah, and I forgot Manapul was doing the art till I opened it, and I was like, "Oh yes, okay, points." And then the story that happens just with. You're getting all the meeting of the minds of like Shade, who I haven't seen Shade forever.
Argus, and Earth Zero. Just to clarify this, because we've jumped over into the Earth at present day. So Earth Zero, so regular Earth present day. We've got Waller, we've got Steve Trevor. You got what's the
Sam Lane.
Yeah, Sam Lane. But who's the girl from Shade again? Because it's not actually a girl; it's the old man, right?
Father Time.
There you go.
Mr. Bones from the DEO.
Mr. Bones, yeah, which was set up in Supergirl, so that's cool. So they're all around the table, they're trying to talk about what's going on with metal and the fact that all the cities are falling, what do we do? We've got some weapon. And when was the last time we heard about Cowgirl, Matt, from Green Lantern?
Yeah, I was just going to say that, speaking of people who we haven't seen in a while.
Jesus.
Yep, and which we talked about last week, about in a book, how in Green Lanterns that John's a supporting cast for Hal kind of have all disappeared, and then here's Cowgirl showing up with Ferris, to drop a bomb.
Yeah, because they're like, really cool. We've got this experimental nuke that'll hit metahumans and everyone else. Even Kryptonians aren't safe from this. Yep. And like they're on the plane going to drop it. And so yeah, basically the Merciless Batman attacks Langley and is coming for this round table. He's going through all the soldiers to get to them. And it's sort of this countdown, and they're like, "Oh, we have to drop the bomb, even if we die. This is for the greater good," and all the rest of it. And that's kind of the fight. And Steve Trevor's trying to talk them out of it because it's a giant, huge ass bomb that's going to like cause a lot of collateral damage.
It's kind of Steve Trevor's thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. But Waller's like, "No, kill 1 million to save billions. It makes sense, Trevor. Shut up."
I actually realised that Steve's involved in the Wonder Woman one of these.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yep.
Especially when, Merciless has got him by the neck at the end of the issue, and it's kind of like, yeah, I used to be like you, infatuated with her, but now I'm better. And this world's going to burn in, multiverse, dark multiverse, blah, 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 blah. Barbatos is coming, hail the king, and all that jazz.
Man, and on all these Batmans, he looks so cool. Like, just the armor. He looks like, I'm surprised that he didn't put together sooner, that he's Ares in Batman form.
Yeah, because once you know that and you look at him, you go, oh yeah, it does kind of look like Batman Ares mashup.
Yeah, and it fits too with Batman's mission statement of this is his war. Like we've heard it time and time again, and I didn't count on the Wonder Woman one. Actually, him losing Wonder Woman. I figured they would have done the whole side character, someone close to him. But the fact that they made it Wonder Woman and tied it into the whole mythological approach.
Yeah,
I really liked.
Those Wonder Bat shippers are going to be freaking out over this issue.
Yeah,
they'll want this Earth. I don't love it as much as you. I was going to say,
go on.
I don't love it as much as you two do. It's not my favourite of the one shots.
What is?
Red Death.
Maybe Murder Machine. I like those two more than this one.
Of course. Of course, the robot likes the machine.
But this was better than the last two. No, I mean, I liked it. I wasn't like when you said, "Oh, this was my favorite of these." Like when you messaged that to me, I was like, "Really? Okay."
Yeah. I like this one a lot. I liked more often. I liked this Batman. It made sense. I feel like Tomasi really built the character. Besides, it was just like in Dawnbreaker, he lost his parents and takes out the Green Lantern Corps, or in the Drowned, wages this war against the Atlanteans. Here it's just like, no, he made a tough decision, and now he's living with it, and that's what's motivated everything going forward.
I think this one just does the most beyond just for the whatever Batman it is of the issue. Like, this one gives us context for the overall stuff. We get the stuff with the round table. We get all these side bits. It isn't the formula of just evil version of whatever.
Honestly, like everything you're saying is making sense to me. I just at the end of it, I was like, yeah, it was fine. It was good, and I didn't feel as enthusiastic about it. I agree with everything you're saying. I like getting the context. I like, this is what the regular human army are trying to like figure out whilst all this is going on and all that stuff. I liked all that. I just didn't love it for whatever reason.
And the way that he tied in the name of the Merciless, like, because he's gonna fight without mercy now. Like, I thought that was cool. We've got some really rough Superman issues from Tomasi in the last 6 months. So it's like, oh, good, he's got his fastball back. Like, he's throwing 98 again. So I
can see it. I think it's because I'm not. I mean, I like Manipul's art, but I'm not as in love with it as you two are. You two fawn over Manipul.
Because it's great.
Because he's one of the best artists in the business.
Exactly.
He's good. I like him. But I think that's maybe part of why I don't love this one quite as much as you two do. Is I'm sure for you two this was like a visual treat that you've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
That helps, but like even just from the script stuff, I still think it's better than all the others.
No, fair enough. Yeah. Again, I have nothing to really argue with you. I just how I feel. Like, I just got to the end of it. I was like, it was good. It's fine. But just wasn't as in love with it as you two guys were.
And by the way, I forgot to mention, because I read this early, so I'm just reviewing it right now as I'm looking through it. The bomb was called Valhalla, which is the Norse, which is the Norse Hall of Heroes. Where you die in battle, you go sit with Odin. So this is the bomb that can take out everybody, even the heroes. I thought that was a nice touch.
Take me to Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Aye.
Just had a thought on the we sometimes talk about the soundtrack for metal.
Yeah.
About picking songs when Barbatos appears. I want Avenged Sevenfold's "Hail to the King."
Yeah.
And of course you got to have Bat Country in there somewhere.
Of course, because of bats.
Yeah.
If I knew that song, I would agree or disagree, but I do not. So.
Well, and two, the effect of his presence there makes them all start fighting, and Steve's kind of like, what's going on? I like that too. Because it shows that this Batman has that presence because he is a god of war.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, well, how bad is Barbatos, however we're going to pronounce it, like that he was able to get a god of war onto his side. So, yeah, I haven't had that feeling since the Murder Machine, where when it ended, I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. So, and yeah, it is a feeling. It's hard to explain. Just like.
Yeah, I think it's just a weird thing where we had two good ones, then the two weaker ones, then we're back to a good one again. Like it's just the way it's worked out in terms of the order.
As much as I hate evil Superman, I'm all for the Devastator with Jurgens because so we'll see how that one goes. We'll see.
Is that next? Is that the next one?
I think so because the Batman Who Laughs is last.
That's last. Yeah. I like how it's kind of, in that sense, it's building, so you start off with, Flash, Cyborg, whatever, and then by the end we're at Wonder Woman and Superman, and then obviously we end with, like, the Batman one.
The Joker Batman one.
Yeah. But so that's the one that's tied to Batman's corner.
Yeah, himself.
Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, just because they're all Batman ones, technically.
No, yeah.
No, I think it's. I think we're spending less time talking about these as we go because they keep kind of like as much as this did break the formula, but we have a real sort of strong idea of what these are now as we keep going into them.